Hey guys, so as you just saw, we just unboxed the new AirPods 3rd generation that just came out October 18th when they were announced at the most recent Apple event. These retail for $179. They are available now on the website. So we're just gonna go into some of the details, what makes these a really nice redesign and a welcome addition to the AirPod family, and then go ahead and do a comparison with my tried and true AirPods Pro. So let's go ahead and get started, you guys. So I'm gonna talk about 3 things that make this a really big update, or the 3 main things that really encourage me to buy them. Now you guys, I'm not here to sell you on them. Either you want them or maybe you don't, maybe you're happy with what you have, but I just want to tell you as far as like things that really stood out to me as being a non-tech person and why I took an interest in these new AirPods. So the first thing is spatial audio. Spatial audio I've experienced on my Pros. They really give you an immersive listening experience when you're listening to some music, movies, when you're accessing certain applications. So that's a big feature that they did add to the 3rd generation AirPods. Another thing is the longer battery life. Like, I'm all about practicality, you guys. So the battery life was a big upgrade and feature, even from the AirPods Pro. So we'll talk about some of the differences with these a little bit later on, but this one will get you 6 hours outside the case and up to 30 hours now when you use the case. So that is a really big boost as far as the battery life. And then the last thing I want to talk about is the redesign. So they did redesign these, so they look very similar now to the Pros without the tip. So they did shave off the stem. The stem is a bit shorter. So yeah, these are gonna look more so like the Pros, you know, which is a deviation from the 2nd generation that has the longer stems. So let's go ahead and get into like a brief comparison of these two as far as what is alike and what's similar from the new 3rd generation to the Pros. So if I'm looking down, I'm looking at a few of my notes, you guys. So the first thing we're gonna talk about is the price, because the price is a big difference, and that's, you know, a major consideration. If you buy these straight from Apple, the AirPods Pro, they do retail for $249. If you buy the 3rd generation, which again are available now on the website, they do retail for $179. So quite a bit of difference. Essentially, you could just say $180 and $250. And you know, again, we'll talk about what are some of the things you're getting for the $250 versus the $180. So another thing, one of the big things I would say is the difference between these is with the Pros, you do get the active noise cancellation and the transparency mode, so you can switch back and forth. These are really good, you know, again, if you're working, you need to kind of quiet the environment atmosphere, or even when you're working out. I use this quite a bit when I do work out. So the noise cancellation does come in handy, especially when there are noises around you. Whereas the 3rd generation do not have the noise cancellation. So that's a big Pro feature that you don't get on these. Something that's similar between these two though is they both do have the spatial audio, which again is that immersive sound that you get when you're listening to music and some movies and certain applications. So that's a big upgrade that now both of these do have. Another difference though, we talked about that similarity with spatial audio. Another difference though is the battery life. So with the AirPods Pro, you get about 4 to 4.5 hours outside of the case, especially if you have the active noise cancellation on, because that does drain the battery a bit quicker. Maybe even the transparency mode, I'm not 100% positive on that, but definitely, yeah, with the noise cancellation, it does drain the battery quicker. So about 4.5 hours outside the case, and then you get up to 24 hours with the case. Whereas again, with the new AirPods 3rd generation, you are gonna get the 6 hours outside of the case, and then up to 30 hours with the use of the case. So that's a big difference between these as far as the extra listening time. Then, you know, another big thing is with the AirPods Pro, you're gonna get the ear tips, which are adjustable. I brought my little ear tips here. I don't really use them, but they do come included in case, you know, that's something, you know, these are more customizable with the ear tips. You can try different ones out. They do, you know, provide them to you. But with these, they do not have the ear tips. We're gonna try these on in a second and see how they feel. But yeah, the Apple ear tips never really worked out for me. However, I was able to like secure some black tips that you guys will see here. These come from Comply, which you can get from Amazon. I'll link them below in case you guys are interested, but they're like foam tips, which really work better for me than the Apple supplied like rubber tips. But yeah, the ear tips is a really big difference. And then another thing, which is, you know, very small, minute difference, but the Pro case is a little bit bigger than the 3rd generation one. So yeah, the case, even the case has been redesigned, not just the ear tips, But yeah, the Pro case is still gonna be a little bit bigger and a little bit heavier, and then the third generation is a little bit smaller and subsequently a little bit lighter. So, but no real noticeable difference when you have them both in hand. So let's go ahead and try these on you guys and pair these, and then, you know, give you my first impression and see what we think about them. So I just have my little iPad mini here. We're gonna go ahead and show you my little mini here. It's right next to me. We'll go ahead and pair these. Let's just go ahead and test the fit, and we'll see the audio. Maybe I'll cut and paste. I'll go ahead and download that, and then I'll include my impression of the audio. But let's see how these come out from the case. Not too bad. And this is, you know, what it looks like. Let's put it up a little bit closer so you guys can see. And you can also get better renders of these on the website as well. But let's put them in and see how they fit. Not bad. So I have like really waxy ears, so I don't know how these will do like with a workout or anything like that. Yeah, the left one is giving me a little bit of trouble, but the right one slipped right in. So it might require you to play with these a little bit, you guys. So just kind of keep that in mind as well. But not bad actually. Now I would probably worry about like running with these or working out with these. So I may still like kind of use my Pro if I'm like running, something like that. So we're gonna go ahead and go through the process of pairing the new AirPods 3rd generation to my iPad mini as I was expecting to do. So let's see what they say now. So yes, you can kind of see here. So all I do here is select connect. And it is seamlessly connecting. So it just kind of gives you information about the media controls, how to skip, go forward, setting up, hey, we know. I never set up Siri, I don't know. I've never used it, to be honest. You can announce calls and notifications. No, I'm good off of that. I just want to listen to music, so. Wow. They're pretty loud. Actually, yeah, they're pretty loud. So let me put on my Pros and see, like they actually have pretty good sound. You know, for them to not go all the way in the ears with the tips. So let's try out my Pros. Okay. So I would have to listen to them a little bit more, you guys, to kind of make that determination as far as like what actually sounds better. Probably I would say like, yeah, the Pros are gonna sound better just on a first impression, just because again, they have the tips, so they, you know, can sit in your ears a little bit better. Whereas these, I feel like they still had a really good sound to them though, even without the tips and without being further lodged in the ear. They actually got pretty loud. And yeah, so I really actually like the sound of these. We're just gonna have to play with them a little bit more and see. So you guys, I'll probably come back in another week or so. I'm gonna try to use these. I don't want to say exclusively, but I will try to use these pretty consistently in the next week and come back to you guys and let you know like what I think about these as far as how they compare to one another. We just kind of went over some like comparisons today. So that's going to be pretty much it for this video, you guys. I just want to get something out as far as my first impressions to you guys. If you have any questions or anything you'd like me to answer as far as using these for the next week or so, before I come back with my final thoughts on these, let me know, comment below, you guys. But thank you so much for watching. Make sure you do give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Also, make sure you do share it with someone else who likes these type of videos, who likes little AirPod first impressions. So in comparison, so yeah, definitely make sure you share this video with anyone who likes these type of videos. And then before you leave, you guys, make sure you do subscribe to the channel. You do that by hitting the red button below and hitting the bell next to it so you're notified when I do upload future videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.